can feel free to keep talking to each other. We're getting a couple of seats.
Good evening, and welcome to the annual Fall Band Showcase, our first band concert of the year. We're so glad you could make it this evening, whether you're in person with us or joining us from home. We have an exciting concert planned for you. Tonight you'll hear from 3 of our curricular concert bands, 2 curricular percussion ensembles, and our co-curricular marching chargers. To create the best possible atmosphere for this concert, I ask that all cell phones and pagers, I gotta take that out of the script, man. It's just like, it's 2023, it's gotta go. If anybody brought a fax machine, you can leave that, so. A fax, never mind. All right. Please be turned off out of respect to the performers and audience members. In addition, please refrain from using flash photography as it can be distracting for the musicians. Again, that probably needs to be updated. If there's an emergency and you need to leave the concert at any point, please try to do so at the appropriate moment between songs. In addition, no food or drink allowed in the theater, but please feel free to enjoy the refreshments afterwards, the buntlets that are on sale in the lobby. We're gonna actually get started right away with concert band playing one of John Philip Sousa's most famous marches, the Washington Post. We'll do some announcements and thank yous kind of over the course of the evening, but we thought we'd just get started right away. So thank you again for being here. Here's concert band's rendition of John Philip Sousa's Washington Post March. After they tune, then they'll play, okay? And concert band's second and final piece tonight is a piece by the well-known band composer Frank Ticheli. It is called Joy. It is based off a very momentous moment in his life. It is dedicated to the birth of his daughter.
We're going to switch over to our symphonic band. We'll be back with you momentarily. What are you doing now?
Well, that was Symphonic Band's first song. It's an arrangement of a well-known concert band march called Amprito Roca. It was arranged by Gary Fagan. This next song is maybe more familiar for those of you in the orchestral world a little bit. It's going to be excerpts from Dvorak's Ninth Symphony, which is his New World Symphony. There's going to be some stuff in here you might recognize from that. This is excerpts from the finale of Dvorak's Ninth Symphony.
Thank you. Now we'll switch over to
Wind Symphony, and once again, be back with you momentarily. Thank you.
So now, as Wind Symphony
is moving on to the stage, now I'll take some time to recognize some people who are here and who are supporting our program. So thanks to our District 230 administrative team and school board. One of our department chairs, Mr. Long, is here tonight. So thank you, Mr. Long, for joining us. Thank you so much. As well as our Stagg administration, Principal Olson, Dr. Augustiniak, Dr. McLeod, and Dr. Carr, our associate and assistant principals. Mrs. Sandy Meck, who, if you didn't know, she is retiring at the end of this year, and she has been the music department chair here for, I believe, 17 or maybe 18 years. She is going to be sorely, sorely missed. So if you see Mrs. Meck around, please thank her. Please do just be very, very kind to her. She's very excited for her retirement year, but we are going to make the most of the year that she has left, and also thank Mrs. Brenda Martin, the department secretary, who does so much work for us. Pam Van Dyke was the one who put the program together. Mr. Fisher, as always, thank you for the sound and lights and everything like that, so thank you very much. As well as the building and grounds crew who've been working overtime across the building. There's PSAT testing they had to set up for today. Then they had to tear down stuff in the commons to get the risers set up for the photos. So they've been working overtime. So much appreciated to them, along with all of the parents who make any of this possible, but in particular, our Music Booster Executive Board. Many of them are here in attendance tonight. We have our president, Mrs. Perk, our vice president, Mrs. Banos Cruz, our secretary, Mrs. Anderson, our treasurer, Mrs. Sewers, and our Ways and Means chair, Mr. Thornberry. So Booster Board, if you're here, please stand up and also be recognized. Thank you so much. After Wind Symphony has finished their performance, I'll say a few more things that are coming up in the department and some other people to thank as well. So Wind Symphony's got 3 songs they're going to play for you. The first one is a sort of a brass band type fanfare. It's called Fanfare and Flourishes by famous band composer Jim Curnow. And the second 2 pieces they're doing are both by the same band composer, a very, very well-known one, Percy Granger. The ballad is called Irish Tune from County Derry. It's an arrangement of the famous song Oh Danny Boy, and that's followed by a really fun, very quick song called Shepherd's Hay. So again, that's Fanfare and Flourishes, Irish Tune from County Derry, and Shepherd's Hay. And now, as this is probably the longest sort of changeover of the entire performance so far, we're going to clear off the chairs and stands on the stage here before our two percussion ensembles play a song each, and then we'll turn it over to our marching chargers to do their competitive program. I apologize to the first row. It's going to get loud, so my apologies in advance. And so as we're getting that going, let me give additional shout-outs and thank you. So a couple things coming up in the music program that I wanted to note. First of all, the first choir concert of the year is in this exact same place on Tuesday, October 17th. That concert will also be streaming. Many of the students that are in the band program are also involved in choir, so check that out. Again, no charge, no ticket for that one either. The biggest music booster event of the fall, besides Jamboree, is the Fall Craft Show, and that is on November 11th and 12th this year. Be on the lookout for myself or Mr. Betts about volunteer information for both students and parents. That would be November 11th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., and then Sunday, November 12th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Be on the lookout for jazz band and madrigals to play at some point on that Saturday as well. In addition, our next Music Booster meeting, and board, correct me if I have this wrong, I believe it's Tuesday, October 21st, correct? That is at 7 o'clock in room 605. You do not need to be a Music Booster member to actually be part of the meeting. We'd love for you to be one, but find out all the ways that our boosters are supporting all the students that are on stage tonight. In addition, special thanks go out to Mrs. Lederer, Mrs. Tran, Ken Blank from Black Tie Formal Wear, and all the other uniform parents who helped win Symphony with their dresses and their concert uniforms this year. So thank you very much for that. They were here early today making sure that everybody had their concert black and all of that. I'd also like to thank a huge, huge thank you to Mrs. Bagnos Cruz for all the help she has done this year with our marching band as our volunteer coordinator and as the coordinator of the Jamboree, which is one of the largest Jamborees we've had in a very long time in the midst of a construction project and all this kind of thing. So Mrs. Bagnos Cruz, please stand and be recognized. So thank you so, so much. And in addition to her work as booster president, huge thanks to Mrs. Perk for her work with the marching uniforms this season. That's a tremendous undertaking as well, and it might be a more tremendous undertaking this weekend with the weather we're supposed to be getting tomorrow and Saturday. So Mrs. Perk, a huge thank you to you. And now I would like to ask if there is any parent out there that has assisted our program in some way, shape, or form this year, whether you volunteered at Jamboree or helped out with something with camp or something along those lines, could you please stand up and take a moment to be recognized? Students, can you please give it up for your parents for their help this season? And I believe parents, if your children are yelling at you, that means you don't take them for ice cream after the concert. I think that's how the rule goes. In addition, I want to thank our marching staff for their great work with our show this season. Our marching band co-director is Jim Colombo. Music and visual staff include Ryan Biak, Christian Ponte, who's here filming tonight. Thank you, Christian. Dan Romano, who also writes our drill. Matt Bufus, Mackenzie Kazin, a Stagg alum, and then Eric Johnson, a Stagg student teaching alum, even though he's a Sandberg alum. We'll count it. In addition, percussion staff includes Kabir Dalawari and Rob Diaz, also Stagg alums, and then Taylor Munoz helping our front ensemble this summer as well. I know Rob is in the audience tonight. Thank you, Rob. Color guard staff includes our director, Christina Schmidt, also a Stagg alum. There's a pattern here. Along with Julia Popper, she's one of our instructors. She works at Stagg. She's an art teacher here. And Samantha Houlihan, she's a Stagg alum. So that's great. I like that. All the members of our staff have a wonderful vision and creativity that they bring that is vital to the success of any marching program. So I could not do what we do or I do without their tremendous, tremendous help. So I'm very grateful to work with them, very proud of the work they have done this year. So we are going to continue with the next portion of the concert. This is a piece by a percussion composer named Jim Casella. It is a piece called Stormbreak. You're going to see some different kind of effects and then with some like rain sticks and stuff like that. So kind of picture an oncoming storm brewing, if you will. So this is Stormbreak. And then sixth hour percussion is going to do an arrangement by Diane Downs from the Leopard Percussion Ensemble of Jump in the Line by the now late and great Harry Belafonte. So if you know that song also, it's October, it's Halloween, it's Beetlejuice, so if you don't know the song from the name or the title, you'll probably recognize it from the end of the movie, Beetlejuice. So enjoy, sit back, and listen to Jump in the Line.
So now sort of one last little transition in this show. And what we're going to do is we're going to play, the marching band is going to do their competitive show from this season. It's called A Place Where We Belong. It features two well-known songs, more from popular culture, more rock or something like that. It's a Beautiful Day by Michael Bublé. And then a couple different versions of I'm a Believer, which was originally written by Neil Diamond, then written for the Monkees, then made popular by Smash Mouth and Shrek. So you're going to kind of hear all the different versions of that. And so the way that this works is you're going to have some Percussion right up here. I'm sorry, it's just going to be very loud. So we'll have brass and woodwinds along the side. Our front ensemble is going to project and play back here, and then our color guard is going to be on stage doing their work for the show. And they're going to be looking at the drum majors that are up in these balconies. After they do their competitive show, they'll play the school song, and that will be the end of tonight's performance. So take us a couple minutes as we get set for this. Yeah, feel free to wave at a drum major. So you can wave now, because when the show's going on, I'm not waving it back at you. So thank you again for your support. The marching band's got 2 days left in their season. Tomorrow for senior night, and then their last show is this Saturday at U of I. So fingers crossed for good weather. So their season has gone just flown by. So thanks to all of the parents who helped with dropping off, picking up, any way you supported the program. Tremendously helpful. Thanks for joining us tonight. Again, bumplets will be on sale. And also, we did all of our group photos and individual pictures before the concert started. So if your child took, we told them to, an individual picture, you can buy those in the lobby to prevent the conversation of, why didn't you take a picture? I was going to buy one. So there you go. I hope you're welcome. Anyway. So, A Place Where We Belong will be the next thing you hear, and then our school song. Thanks to everybody for coming. Hope to see you at many more events this school year. Have a great night.